You did some training with the Ultimate Warrior at one point. He was one of those big money makers back then. What was he like to hang out with?
Um, he was very cool. I was a huge fan of his when I was younger. I have pictures of me wrestling in front of people at kickboxing shows, and this is how I got into kickboxing. And me and my buddies, we would choreograph matches, which I bet we were pretty good, but I can't find any footage of it. But I do have some still pictures, and I painted my face, and I put, I tied my arms up, and I called myself the Battle Creek Barbarian, and I was really inspired by him. He was a huge part of my passion for wrestling, and so it was amazing to me when a mutual acquaintance told me that he really respected my work. He wanted to come into LA and he wanted me to train him because he was getting ready to wrestle again for the first time in 10 years, and I was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, but make sure I can record him. I want to do, because I was doing this RVD TV, which I still have like on my YouTube page. And I like to interview people. And so he agreed to that. And I didn't know him, at all. I'd worked one show with him. I was surprised that he even remembered me because I was on the undercard in Vegas one time. And his wife, after he died, told me, that I don't know if you remember or not, but you guys did a show at the Aladdin way back. I was like, of course I remember. Ultimate Warrior was on the show because it was a Vegas promotion. And Warrior was a huge star to have. And anyway, his wife said after he passed, you stuck out to him at that show, and he always kept watching you after that, throughout the years. And he would always tell me when you were doing really good, he would say, see, look, see RVD, watch him. I told you, man, watch this guy, he's good. And man, that was just like so touching to know that. Like, it's incredible how full circle all the energy in the universe, how it all works. It's so great. Back when he was alive on that day, the training session was not remarkable, because he was like, he wanted to get in there and run the ropes and do a lot of stuff. I put him through my stretch, and we ended up doing very little, I think, actual wrestling. But I do remember I do remember I told my friend who was in the back seat, and this is on the drive to the school. I picked Ultimate Warrior up from the airport, and I'm taking him to San Bernardino to the wrestling school up there. And I told my friend who had a camera in the back, I said, dude, when we're hitting the highway, I said, I'm going to light up a doobie. I roll the window down, I'm going to light up a joint. If Ultimate Warrior, I said, if he says something and freaks out, make sure you record this. Because at that time, he was known for exploding a couple people at public functions. And I wasn't trying to set him up or anything. I respected him totally. I just wanted to capture if that was going to happen, if we we're going to have that conversation. You know what I mean? And I rolled the window a bit, boom, I'm driving down the road. And he looked over and then he just says, do you smoke every day? I said, yeah. And then we just started talking about it. And he was just as cool as could fucking be.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.